Hello and welcome back to Vinralandia and all the amazing places therein which are just ridiculous. Okay, last time we continued to expand Jolly City Central and pretty much cleaned up the rest of the city of all these terrible abandoned buildings that keep showing up no matter what we do. So we're gonna ignore the abandoned buildings because I'm terrible and I ignore abandoned buildings. And we're going to go into Jolly City Central, the place where everyone is always happy. Because you always take your jolly pills, and it's always very nice. So we got decent expansion on the residential sector. Within the offices, it's of course even better expansion because the people who live here are all like, we need a space to go to try to figure out how to get people into our little section of the city. And this is where they do it. It's where it happens. But demand is at an all-time low because we've just got so many things building up right now. We don't need any of it. You know, I just thought it would probably help to put an incinerator here. We'll put it over by the offices so that the people, when they go to work, have to deal with terrible incineration fumes. But when they're at home, they don't have to deal with it at all. And that is really the best situation. Let's put another one down by Brandberg, just to cause worse traffic problems for the poor city. It'll be alright. So many garbage trucks everywhere, just chilling out. How are you, Neo Marketopia? Not enough customers? Well, don't worry, Jolly City Central has more than enough people to come and purchase things from you. They'll be up there eventually, maybe, if we don't give it its own commercial district, which we might, because really, can Jolly City Central go and purchase from other buildings and commercial areas? If you think about it, those commercial areas definitely don't agree with Jolly City Central. You're funding the very thing that you're trying to stop. It's terrible. So perhaps Jolly City Central really does need its own commercial district, completely devoted to the unification of everybody. Man, doesn't that sound nice? Just everyone working together, all hopped up on jolly pills, just chilling out. Sounds brilliant. Okay, let's fill this next section in with residential just to make sure that we're building up as quickly as possible. Because building up quickly is always important. The faster they build up, the better their cause looks, the more likely that Jolly City Central is to succeed at unifying the entire city together. They need to set, truly they do, need to set an example for everyone else about what it is to really cooperate. That when you're all hopped up on jolly pills, cooperation is so easy and ridiculous that you should all purchase them. And you should all take them literally all the time, and if we ever find you not taking them, that's going to be a bit of a problem. But we're going to be happy about it, and we're going to deal with it happily as we strap you into the chair and force you to eat them. What? No! No! That's not what happens, is it? Probably is. No telling. We don't go into Jolly City Central, they're kind of concerning people. I mean, just think about how happy those people have to be that they actually called their city Jolly City Central. That's disgustingly happy. It's so bad. You know what else is so bad? This road design. Don't make no sense. That's what I gotta say. Don't make no sense at all. But it kind of looks nice. I mean, all of these, it may be blocks and like a grid form, but it's a varying grid form. It's not always the same. I mean, you got an H here, you got some E's. As soon as I master this camera, which I still haven't mastered after, what, 30 episodes? Dang it! We got like the E's over here, we got some H's over here, and whatever the heck these things are. It's nice. It's nice. Okay. The Jolly City Central is slowly expanding, as it has been since it began. They're not going for a sudden increase in people. They're trying to get a slow and steady increase so that they know that they can sustain expansion. And if they sustain expansion, then eventually they will overpower the rest of the city and be able to bring them in to the fold, and they'll all work together in happy unison. Won't that be nice? It'd be really bad. Okay, actually, thinking about it, there is something else we need to do. And that is public transportation, which is wretched. Really bad. We're going to work with the metro because I like the metro a lot better than I like buses and stuff. So we're going to put a few metro stations into... Let's start with Wittsville. So we're going to put a couple here. We're going to have 3 in Wittsville. 1 for Wittsville towards Brandberg, 1 for Wittsville away from Brandberg, and 1 for the commercial district. And that will be brilliant. We'll connect it straight up. Let's go. We need, of course, the freeform tool because we don't want to make it too straight. Everyone knows that subway lines aren't particularly straight, and if anyone doesn't know that, then they're probably might know more about subways than I do. But that's okay. It's all good. We'll all work together to build this subway system, and by that I mean we're going to hire a group of people who actually know how to do it. Because I don't think any of us know how to build a subway system. If you do, props to you though. That's pretty impressive. So let's see. I'm feeling like a new line for this particular section. So we're going to create a new line and we're going to drag it over here. We're going to add a stop. Boom. And we're going to add a stop. And add another stop. And then we're going to bring it here and ultimately connect it up there. So this subway line will run through Wittsville and back into Brandberg. Massive controversy. I think I just accidentally created another line. I don't want to do that. Let's see, let's go to the actual public transportation menu so that we can click on this line and alter it. This is the pranking tunnels. And it will be colored an amazing nice blue color. And this line will run through Wittsville and then through Brandberg. And when the people of Wittsville want to get out of this general area, they can take off a stop at Brandberg and they'll get on the main line and go wherever the heck they want to. It'll be nice. So nice. Then we also need, let's see, we got the Knick-Knack Emporium of Magic dealt with. We've got Cultopia, Goatsburg, Brandberg, Wittsville, the Unnamed Lands, Neo-Marketopia, and this little thing here. So we just need Bat Town and Jolly City Central. So let's put some Metro in here because Metro is just so much easier to deal with than buses. Buses are terrible. So we're going to put one down in this small section and another one up here. And then we're going to have this connect up to Jolly City Central, ultimately. We'll have a Metro line here and another one. Let's have it in like the general southern area. And we'll connect all of these up and it will be brilliant. You'll be happy. Everyone will be so astounded at the fact that the city actually built new metro lines. They'll be like, what in the world? This hasn't happened for like multiple decades. So many sections of the city have been just living in squalor because they have no public transportation. Everyone has to have a car or they won't be able to get anywhere. And we're going to do this. So this line will also work similarly to how we did the one up in Wittsville, where we're going to have it run through its own little section and then connect up to the big outside metro line. So, connect, and it's going to go right up here. Very good. Now let's get the line going. It's going to go from here all the way out to Goatsburg. It's going to go all the way back down to Jolly City Central, to this completely unpowered metro station that nobody can use because it's literally pitch black all the time, but that's okay because no one actually lives down there. And it'll work like that. So that's going to link up all of the city to metro lines, which is pretty good. It's better than not being hooked up to anything at all. So we've got that going for us, and we're going to color this a nice red color. This will be the happy train. Because Jolly City Central was very, very emphatic about the fact that it could not be named anything that had to do with Bat Town, because all of that is way too aggressive for Jolly City Central to deal with. So it's called the Happy Line, because who could be unhappy about a subway called the Happy Line? Come on now. That's a great name. And by great name, I mean it's not that good. There are definitely better names for a metro than the Happy Line, but we can't really get Jolly City Central on board with any of the other ones. I mean, Death a Train 5000 was on the list, and Jolly City Central was having absolutely none of it. They just couldn't take it. They were like, oh, sir, I believe that says Death Train 5000. And I was like, definitely says Death Train 5000. They're like, no, we're trying to bring conformity and peace to the world, but you're telling us to make our train the Death Train. I was like, well, you know, sometimes war brings about peace. And they were like, just get out of here. Just stop it. Just, look, we're going to have a happy train or we're not going to have any train. And we're going to revolt. And let me tell you something. Jolly City Central revolting is absolutely a terrifying thought. Imagine, okay, you're thinking of a terrifying thing about a revolt. You're like, terrible people with pitchforks, like really mad people. You're like, yeah, that's pretty bad. But think about this. Really happy people with pitchforks. That's terrifying. That's just, imagine them coming at you, just smiling the entire time like, hey neighbor, I'm gonna put a pitchfork in your gut. And you're just like, no, why are you being so nice about it? It's so bad. That's exactly the situation we would deal with out of Jolly City Central. So in reality, we should probably deal with bus routes. Oh lord, I didn't want to deal with bus routes. Or, we have an airport, don't we? No, let's deal with something more interesting. An airport. Look at how big it is. It's huge. Where can we put this airport? We should put it out here. This is where it shall be. Out in this general area. Okay, our current goal is the creation of a brilliant airport. Right behind Neo Marketopia, next to the unnamed lands, shall reign a ridiculous airport. For what purpose? Nobody knows. Nobody knows at all. And I also just realized that this is not the main highway. This is that ridiculous little tiny highway that we made. We're going to have to figure out how to hook this all up, aren't we? It's going to be grand. Okay. So in the very least, we can start by actually building it. So we're going to get a couple spokes out here from this main road. I'm going to have these hook up and create the road that the airport will actually be on. Boom, and then we're going to get public transportation, airport, and we're going to hook it up right here. Bada boom. That is nice. Now let's get the water in here. Get some water. No, you don't want to put water in there. Look, the airport needs water. You can't simply stop it from having water. If that were the case, what's going to happen when a flaming plane comes into land? We're going to be in a terrible situation where there's absolutely no water for anyone to actually put the flaming plane out. That would be so... Just imagine all the people on that plane. They'll be like, what the frick is going on? Our plane is on fire. That's not good. It's not good at all. It's not a jolly time there. Okay. So in addition to that, we need to get some connections up in here from this highway. So how are we going to do this? We're going to do a couple... Okay, we're going to connect the off-ramps both onto one big off-ramp. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be the mega off-ramp of the century. And then we're going to have that single mega off-ramp, which challenges all other off-ramps in size and stature, to go directly to the airport. It will be brilliant. And then we'll do the same thing for the on-ramp, which challenges all other on-ramps in terms of size and stature. And it will be just beauteous. Okay, let's pull it. No, we don't want it to connect up to this highway. We want it to go directly... Oh, is that a raised highway? Oh, it is, isn't it? Darn it, I thought it was lowered! How dare you, highway? How dare you, highway? You have done exactly what I told you to, and I don't appreciate that. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're going to have it come under here and hook right up to this 6-lane road right there. Nice. And we're going to do the exact same thing with the off-ramp. By off-ramp, I mean on-ramp, because the on-ramp, of course, needs to agree with its brother, the off-ramp, and they're going to work together in unison to create the greatest airport. Oh my goodness. The greatest way to get to an airport ever created. I say that as we get this ridiculous thing right here. Look at this. Woo! It's like a helix. We're making a little piece of DNA out of our roads. That's what's going on here, guys. It's really ridiculous. I'm not sure about it at all, but I'm going to stick with it. Why? Because I'm too lazy to do it again. Why am I too lazy to do it again? Because I'm generally a pretty lazy person. It's concerning, really. They hired a really lazy mayor. I guess they just don't really care about the well-being of their city very much. There we go. My lord, this entire area is just a mess of the worst roads that any city has ever seen. This is disgusting. We got the octopus, we got whatever. This thing is a tadpole. Just a little tadpole just chilling out here. And we got the double helix of the airport. Oh man. It's so bad. It's so bad. And let's just take this stuff out. And I think the airport should be in use at this point. The Vinralandia International Skyway. Nice. It fits. I didn't think it would fit. The Vinralandia International Skyway will now run just amazing amounts of stuff. Nobody seems to want to go to it, despite the mess of roads that I created just for that purpose. Come on, people. You've got to come and, like, chill out at the airport. Maybe, like, catch a plane going somewhere. Maybe you want to go to Calcutta. If you happen to want to go to Calcutta, you're not going to be able to drive there. It's a long ways away. You're going to have to take the plane. So go ahead, go over to the plains, take the double helix. It's not as terrible of a road as you think it is, although it is still pretty bad. But yeah, with that we come to the end of our episode. Oh my goodness, what have we done? We've expanded Jolly City Central, we got metro lines out to all the sections of the city that didn't have metro lines already. So the entire city is being unified under the iron grip of public transportation. And then we built an airport way off out in the middle of nowhere with the double helix coming into it, which is just a terrible mess of roads that I never want to look at again, but I'm going to have to look at every time I open this. So bad. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. There'll be more in the future because, I mean, look, the Vinralandia International Skyway hasn't even been used yet. We need to at least see that used at some point. And I mean, Jolly City Central is still just building up. There's much more work to do here. But yeah, thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.